Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Cast Brothers, the only Super Smash Brothers podcast out there that has the episode's title of On Topic, Smashtopia, and Smash or Dash, because we trademarked those totally. Yeah, don't try and do it. We'll sue. I promise. Yeah, we absolutely will. We've got our official lawyer here joining us today. I'm Zantok, otherwise known as Lister. As always, well, I guess I can't say as always. As almost always, there's Jonno, otherwise known as John. God, why? And there's our official, totally real, not in quotes at all, lawyer, Eebit.
Got to make sure to
The
walk those
blondiest
back.
blonde in all
me.
of Canada.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited to practice law illegally without having passed the bar. Real Mike Ross in Suits moment.
I mean, you played Ace Attorney.
As much as anyone.
So then you're good. That's all you need.
It's nice to see you again in the
step ladders. I know a few things, you know.
in your hair.
When things don't go your way, you yell objection, and then you stall until you come up with an answer
down.
5 minutes later. And you hope that your opponent isn't violent. Unfortunately, they always are.
If the two of you are my opponents, then it's certainly going to be a violent time.
Well, I mean, I might
What would your objection be?
Fuck you.
What are you throwing?
Oh, hands.
Nice.
Okay. Well, it's been a while since we had you on. Not since it's been 2 years. You weren't on at all last season. I think that was the only season we've never had you on.
I think the last episode we talked about Dragon Quest and Persona.
Could be.
In like maybe a month.
What? No, not you. Eebit.
Oh, our very own Sylvando. Yes, it's been a while.
I don't think I'd call him a Sylvando.
Really? Look at his.
He's more of a rab.
Yeah.
I'm lost to these ones, my friends. You're gonna have to help me out here.
Sylvando is a flamboyant circus performer, acrobatic type of character. Rab is a squat old man who's also a merchant.
I'm talking about me now.
Okay, sweet.
And Borderline takes care of a princess, so hey, there's that.
Talking, yeah, very true. Our very own Ravio, Knuckle.
Ravio, I can do.
There you go.
But funnily,
cut that for a bit voice snippet.
Funnily, we did have planned for you to appear last season on this same episode that we're doing now, but it wasn't able to happen because your ass was not available. I was like, well, punt it. We don't want to do this character.
We'll do it in a year.
Yeah,
and it's this exact episode.
Yeah, it was. This episode's character is what we've been wanting to do since for quite a while. It's like, well, we can't do this episode without Eebit unless he tells us no. In which case, I guess we can. But he didn't say no. He said not now. All right.
Well, truly, like a flower in bloom, here we are today to reap what we have sown in the garden.
Eebit, what's your favorite flower?
Sunflower.
Okay, you can't cater to me like that. You know where I live.
Sunflower?
It's not going to work.
Bleeding heart?
A flower?
Yeah, I'll make your heart bleed, all right.
Okay. That's very niche. There's like a computer science joke in there somewhere. I kind of like that from you. That's nice.
There was?
Yeah. The heartbleed virus. That's like a 15-year-old meme niche thing,
Yeah, I don't know viruses.
I do.
The only viruses I know are like Metar and Billy and Moloko.
The blue virus, the red virus, the yellow virus. Yeah.
The blue virus, the red virus.
A long time ago. I'll have to pull up that picture.
All right. Well,
maybe that can be this episode's thumbnail.
Oh no, we already have it made. We pre-make our thumbnails unless the episode is like one of those random Smash episodes, and we're like, well, we really can't because we don't know who
That's
we're
another
talking
development.
about.
Kelly kind of went back and retroactively made thumbnail templates for everything, so it all looks really smooth and clean now.
That was before Jake's last appearance, or Eebit's last appearance.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because that was like season 4 we did that.
We did?
Yeah,
That was almost 4 years ago.
yeah.
I've been
I
on the
can't
show
believe
since 4 years ago.
I'm the record keeper here, bitch.
You are. What am I?
I am he who maintains the sheets.
Nice.
He's the record
Like-
keeper. You're the brave Exvius.
Yeah.
Or
there you go.
Pictologica.
Oh no, it's
Re-release.
not Brave Exodus anymore. It's Resonance.
Yeah, true. I
The-
saw
the new
that.
game.
Anyway, another time,
It's
another
just
episode.
it's just year 1 apparently though.
Yeah, another episode. For sure.
All right. Well, before we can get into our Smashtopia topic, who you can already tell who they are by the title and the thumbnail, because what's the point in playing coy on that shit? We gotta do what we usually do. We gotta do our Smashtopia showcases first, where Jonno and I have 2 things prepared that we're gonna just go over. Things that we made off podcast. No characters this time because characters take longer, and episodes with guests naturally take longer, and we don't want to make it take longer because that's
It
not.
does essentially take longer.
Yes. So, Jono,
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and start us off with your first showcase?
Oh, okay. What is it?
You tell me. You have 2. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let me
You can do either or.
Oh, I remember.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let me sort that out. I'm gonna pull it up for you on my electronic device here. Oh, here. We're gonna pull up the 3 sea creatures. The aquatic gun. I want to present to you, my friends. Jacob will share the links with you at a later time, so you can observe it in all its glory. But this is a weapon, an item inspired by the Endless Ocean series. You might know that some of us here have a personal affinity for that franchise. One could say it's luminous. So, what is the aquatic gun? Well, the aquatic gun is a playful animal-shaped water blaster inspired by the marine life of the Endless Ocean series, reflecting its appreciation for the ocean and its inhabitants as it transforms familiar sea creatures into colorful toys fit for a day at the beach. In my Smashtopia, however, these seemingly harmless souvenirs possess an unusual affinity with the sea. ... Through their streams of water barely sting. Well, that was screwed up. Though their streams of water barely sting. Anyone unfortunate enough to be soaked may soon discover that the denizens of the luminous ocean have taken notice. So, the aquatic gun appears in one of 3 animal-shaped variants, the dolphin, shark, or whale. Each variant summons the creature depicted by its design. The dolphin gun is the most common variant. A dolphin swiftly leaps across the stage, striking the marked opponent for moderate damage and respectable knockback. Thanks to its speed, it is particularly effective at interrupting recoveries and extending combos. Oh, and all that to say, I missed a paragraph. Basically, you shoot it, and there's like a little stream of water that's not very long, and then you hit it, and then these animals connect with the opponent, jumping in from the foreground to the background. So there's the dolphin gun. The shark gun is rarer. Following this brief warning period, a large shark bursts through the battlefield with jaws agape, biting into the marked opponent for heavy damage before launching them. Its attack covers a narrower area than the dolphin gun, but deals a much heavier hit. The whale gun is the rarest of the 3. After the longest delay between the shot of water and when the animal appears, an enormous whale breaches through the stage in spectacular fashion. Its massive body creates a large hitbox, dealing heavy damage and tremendous vertical knockback. While its arrival is easier to anticipate, its sheer size allows it to threaten a wide area. Each aquatic gun contains a limited supply of water and may be fired 2 to 5 times before running dry. Once emptied, the wielder can give the trigger one final squeeze, producing only a disappointing dribble of water, before automatically discarding the now useless toy.
I had water guns like that as a kid.
Aquatic gun. Me too.
That and some animals, which it's actually kind of disappointing. But
It's had some evolution. Originally, it was going to be a sea lion gun, and then I checked like online images and couldn't find a sea lion gun, so I turned it into what I could find. Yeah, there's going to be a sea lion like bounce a ball on top of you and do circus tricks.
when I first saw that this got created, I almost saw the name. I didn't picture this. I pictured a harpoon gun actually. It's like, okay, that's all right. I was assuming that's from Endless Ocean, and well,
Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear about the tie-in to Endless Ocean. Like, is there a gun to speak of in that game, or is this just like a
No.
summoning vessel,
It
much like
summons
Fire
the
Emblem
creatures
Heroes?
it summons the creatures from the game.
Oh yeah,
so
Just
it's
like
more like how the
Alex.
Steel Diver is literally the
Mhm.
Steel Diver
Precisely.
battleship turned into a gun, or submarine turned into a gun.
Yep, precisely.
nice.
Hmm
So the affinity of Endless Ocean, I can you expand on that one, please?
Oh, I mean, I made a moveset for the diver from the Endless Ocean a while ago. Someone did it first. There was a submission on Smashtopia that I think I linked back to and was inspired by, but I was like, what a brilliant idea. Let's turn this into my own thing and do some unique stuff with it. And now it's on the Smashtopia wiki. It's something that has turned its head on this podcast over the years. I presented it as a showcase years ago. The diver, I tried to get into roster redux, but Zantok wasn't hearing it. And I to this day I own Endless Ocean. I haven't played it yet. I'm just kind of
We're a few generations of consoles out from
yeah.
from the hardware where you could have, but
Oh
yeah,
no, there is one on the Switch.
is there a
Yeah,
sequel?
Luminous Ocean. Yeah, that's the third
Yeah.
game
Oh, wow.
actually.
Yeah. Although I have Blue World on the Wii. I just need to get to that. I'm sure I'll love it just as much as I do in theory.
I'm sure.
There's the Gabbiano stage. There's different alternate costumes based off of different divers. There's a penguin
Every
named
good
like
game needs one.
Mr. Bobby or whatever. Yeah.
It's not quite as good as well, we'll save it for the on topic part of this, I guess.
Yeah.
Smashtopia part of this, you mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't use that because it's copyrighted.
Oh, that's right. You can't. So it's on topic, but you said it.
Shoot. Lawyered. Objection.
Oh, you want me to
I'm
shoot?
calling for time.
All right. Well, for my first showcase, I've got for you a weapon that you can shoot people with. Many times, I've wanted to make spirit characters that would use a certain kind of weapon, but there's no item in Smash of this weapon. It's like, what the fuck? How is this missing this far into Smash? We've got so many battering weapons, so many swords. We've got so many guns. Where the fuck are our bows and arrows? We don't have any as items in Smash. It's time that changes. So I am bringing in from Fire Emblem the Blessed Bow. Now, the Blessed Bow actually first appeared in Fire Emblem Gaiden, Almond Celica's game, and then it was gone for a while. But it came back in Awakening and Fates at least, and it has some unique properties to it. But the Blessed Bow, works on like any other bow character's bow, Link, Pit. It's the same kind of basic concept. You're shooting arrows. The Blessed Bow, though, only comes with 5 arrows, and like most bows, they just travel in a straight line before it falls to the ground. Basic stuff. You can charge it up to increase the damage and range and speed of the attack, just like your average bow weapon characters will use. But, as a little bit of a bonus, when fired at full charge, a fighter that wields a Blessed Bow will be healed 5% of their damage whenever the shot is fired. And anytime you're battling an enemy in Smash, not an opposing character, but an enemy like a Goomba or a Primid or any of these type of deals, the Blessed Bow will deal double the amount of damage. Because like in Fire Emblem, it deals extra damage to monsters.
nice. Mighty monster fighting fool.
Yes.
One could say you are blessed yourself.
Thank you.
Some good shooties today,
Yeah.
fellas. Well done on the guns and bows of the world.
My
Thank
next
All we
one
you.
need
won't
now
be a
is
shooting.
a bow gun.
I will send you an aquatic gun in the mail.
Kind of feel like that might get flagged at customs, but okay.
Well, if he ships it from a Canadian company, it's fine.
Or Amazon, they're everywhere.
That's true.
This next one, my second and final showcase for today, is one that I made for you, Eebit.
Me?
One that will touch your heart and tickle the cockles of your memory dome.
Can't
Are
wait.
you okay?
I've never been more ready.
Your body is ready,
My body is ready.
and I feel like a moblin. Because this assist trophy is Maggie and Mo from The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Do you recall?
He clearly doesn't.
Shall I regale you, old
Please
friend, in the
regale.
tales of childhood that we share? Okay. Maggie is a kind-hearted young woman from Wind Waker. Introduced as the daughter of an impoverished family on Windfall Island, Maggie's fortunes change dramatically after Link rescues her from the Forsaken Fortress. While settling into her family's newfound wealth, she unexpectedly strikes up heartfelt correspondence with Mo, a lonely Moblin guard stationed at the Forsaken Fortress. Their unlikely exchange of love letters becomes one of the most memorable side stories in Zelda history.
Is it
Yes.
one of the most memorable?
What's
I vaguely
more,
remember this side quest, so sure.
well, Maggie appears near the center of the stage, happily reading one of her treasured Moblin letters. With a dreamy smile, she folds the letter shut before accidentally letting it slip from her hands. The letter catches the wind, fluttering lazily back and forth across the battlefield. Moments later, a panicked Mo bursts onto the stage in pursuit of the drifting letter. Paying no attention whatsoever to the fighters around him, he charges after it with reckless abandon, trampling through anyone in the way. Opponents struck by Mo take moderate damage and are launched by the force of his charge, while those caught directly beneath his feet are briefly flattened before being sent tumbling away. The chase continues as the letter changes direction with the breeze, causing Mo to repeatedly reverse course and increasingly desperate attempts to catch it. Eventually, he succeeds in snapping his letter from the air, clutching it lovingly to his chest as his frantic demeanor melts into one of pure bliss. Sighing contentedly before heartily sniffing the letter, Mo exits the battlefield, leaving Maggie to happily wave goodbye before she too disappears.
Beautiful.
It's my gift to you.
Thank you so much for this
What?
gift.
Zantok is disassociated.
I mean that, and also
Well,
I
I
was
think
responding to a
the
message.
staging of this is beautiful, but
Yeah.
I have some logistical questions about why they don't just interact on the stage.
Do they interact
You
in
want
the
them?
game?
No.
I don't know if it would be. Well, you tell us as our lawyer if that would be a good thing to have them interact on stage directly.
We're not making
Fe-
it happen, so it doesn't matter.
I'll turn it into a character for you next.
Thanks.
Uh, so I didn't read this one at all. I just was like, okay, yeah, I have to get the picture, so I had to open up the page for it to get the picture of it. And I just assumed it was a spirit. I didn't think it was an assist trophy. I didn't read any of the details. I did not read the words assist trophy info. I was just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is probably a spirit that he made. Then as he was describing, I'm like half paying attention while reading a message that I've gotten. I was like, this doesn't sound like a spirit. Like, what the fuck? And then I look at the page like, oh,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Well, I would explain it as the art of the chase. Throw the letter out there, make him chase it around. It's chivalry.
Sure. It's chivalry. That's what they call it.
So
Oh, that reminds me. Maggie and Mo fan art by Koala Bears on DeviantArt.
That's why I'm sure there's I posted in our chat what degenerate conversation have I forgotten from 20 years ago.
Nothing direct, I believe. Because
Sure
you
not.
Wind Waker and The Legend of Zelda. What a great series of games. You still have the Breath of
Beautiful
the Wild
series.
poster got you, and you're hanging up in your room. It's so
And your
treasured.
Final Fantasy clock.
Yeah. It's what?
Much like me, write twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bold giving yourself twice.
Well,
Alright, so I had to pull a little bit of curtain back here. No, actually, no, you said it, so I don't have to. You said what degenerate conversation did you forget from 10 years back? What if I told you that what I have next is something degenerate?
Oh,
Now,
yes.
that's more of a surprise to me than what John was cooking.
You want some
oh,
play?
you'll see, assuming you're familiar with this game, which I kind of think you might be. Remind me here, which Final Fantasies are you familiar with?
uh, familiar? All of the mainline ones. Wow, actually, no.
Excellent.
All of the line ones up to 13.
Okay, that's
Anything
it.
after that,
That's
I'm
Listen, I played 16, nothing special. Don't let people tell you otherwise. The best thing about it were
okay.
character designs and that the cutscenes were definitely, they captured spectacle really well. The Bahamut fight, ooh, really fucking good. The rest, meh. But I'm gonna talk about something from one of the Final Fantasies that is up there in consideration. That people tend to go like, oh, what's the best one? A lot of people will say 7. People will say 10, and a lot of people like
13.
6.
Oh,
6 is good.
So
Like
I
6.
have for you a boss battle from 6.
Boss battle. All
Uh-huh.
right.
A new boss coming to Smash straight from Final Fantasy 6. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the terrifying force. It is Kaltros. Ultros.
oh
Ultros.
my gosh,
Oh, Ultros.
Ultros
Yeah.
is here. The little creepy, slimy obstacle octopus. I can't
Oh
speak.
yeah.
Octopus. Octopus?
It's a saying to coin.
Octaskull.
This guy. Ooh. So, Ultros. He started out in 6, and then he's appeared a couple of the times in some other games. Not necessarily. I don't think it's like the same Ultros. He's been in. He has an appearance in Final Fantasy for the after years for some reason as a boss you can fight. I don't think there's any canon there. There's some version of him in Final Fantasy 13 too, and then there's a version of him in Final Fantasy 14. So this Ultros is a combination of his boss battles from 6 and 14, and he's got a string of attacks here. So Ultros is fought on top of an opera stage because that's what makes the most sense if you know Final Fantasy 6 at all. And he's a little bit unique, and it takes a bit of time before he actually appears on the stage and can be attacked. That's because Ultros will start every battle using a slight variant of one of his attacks called Light Fixture, as he tries to get a preemptive strike on the opponent. Like most bosses, Ultros will spend most of his time on the stage just in one general spot because that's how these things are all programmed, but he's got a few techniques to use that scurry about. So I mentioned Light Fixture. It's an attack that he uses right away. The normal version of this is that a rope will quickly drop down next to Ultros, and he'll tug on it with his little tentacle. And then a moment later, a shadow will appear on the stage beneath the player, warning them of an incoming attack. Shortly after that, a large light fixture will fall from the stage as Ultros attempts to crush his opera co-star. Ultros will always open each battle with a slightly altered version of this attack, where instead of pulling a rope to drop the light, he's actually seen scurrying across the catwalk above the stage and dropping light himself, as he does with giant weight in Final Fantasy VI's opera scene. The damage and knockback of both versions of the attack are equal and high. Don't get hit. Light fixtures hurt. Of course, he also has a tentacle swipe move, the simple melee technique. He swings a tentacle in front of him to knock away any fighters who are getting too up close and personal. He's got Tentacle Run, where he'll rise up on his tentacles and just charge down the platform, going from one end to the other, and then he'll stay on that side of the stage for a time. But if he's on low health, he might follow up that charge with an additional one. There's Octo Twirl, where he'll leap up into the air and spin around using his tentacles like a helicopter blade as he flies up into the air in an arc before landing on the opposite side of the platform. Unlike Tentacle Run, this attack doesn't have a lot of knockback associated with it, but it can hit fighters multiple times as the tentacles are swirling around. There's also Octo Stomp, not to be confused with Octostomp from Splatoon. These are very different things. Probably a good thing for Ultros, because I don't think he wants to become a box. Ultros will leap high up into the air, his tentacles trailing below him, before he spreads the tentacles out and slams back down onto the stage with force. Ultros is able to damage fighters in his initial jump, but also to fall back down. If the fighter is below Ultros as he falls on them, they'll get dragged onto the ground, taking extra damage before being buried into the ground for a short time. Ultros, well, to put it in Finding Nemo terms, he can ink himself.
Okay.
Ultros will let out a belch as a large, inky dark cloud flies out of his mouth. This ink doesn't have any knockback associated with it in the slightest, but it will inflict constant damage to any fighters who move through it, as well as completely obscure anything behind it. This ink cloud is roughly the size of 2 Ridleys standing side by side. Pretty sizable. Pulling from something a little more unique here, we have Imp Song. Ultros will let out a slightly haunting hum as a green wave of musical energy emits from him in a short cone. If a fighter is hit by this energy, they will only take a minuscule amount of damage, but they'll also be transformed to a small little imp. As an imp, fighters will shrink to roughly the size of one of Olimar's Pikmin, and the fighting capability is severely diminished. Fighters can still have some basic ground and aerial attacks, but no smash attacks, no special moves. That includes recoveries. Thankfully, though, they can still jump up really high, so you have some chance of dodging things and getting up to the stage. Additionally, imp attacks are not that damaging, and imps actually take an increased amount of damage, so it's up to the player to decide if they want to try and deal as much damage as they can, or just run and avoid taking larger hits. Thankfully, the fast condition ends after a Final Fantasy VI amount of seconds, or if a fighter loses a stock, or is somehow able to acquire a strong healing item like a Maximum Tomato or a Heart Container.
Final Fantasy VI amount of seconds?
Yeah.
How many seconds does that make it?
6!
Is it 6 seconds?
Yes!
Okay.
Come on, man! Megavolt. Ultros will point his tentacles up into the air as he creates a dark purple orb of electricity that hovers for a moment before flying in the middle of the stage. Bolts of lightning will then arc off the sphere in all directions, seemingly randomly, which the fighter will need to dodge and avoid. Each bolt is fairly weak, but once hit by one, it's kind of easy to get hit by more and the damage adds up. Acid Rain. Ultros will gesture upwards with one of his tentacles as a bolt of green energy shoots up into the sky. This energy will then morph into the shape of a cloud that slowly travels across the screen from above. As it flies, this cloud will rain out a torrential downpour of acid, damaging anything under it. There's no knockback at all, it'll just take constant damage as long as you're being hit by the rain. If you get under like a hard platform, though, you could be okay, but I don't expect this stage probably has any platforms, because it's an opera stage. Get fucked. The final attack that Ultron has here, he has him actually bringing in some backup, because I don't recall if he does in 6, it's been a while since I played 6, but in 14, he gets involved in some cheating scandals by bringing in his old buddy, Typhon, who's also from 6 and 7. At least I think they're from 6. They're definitely a 7 and 7. But the sounds of wheezing can be heard as Typhon floats in from the side of the screen that Ultros is currently on. If Ultros is on the left, Typhon floats in from behind him on the left. He's on the right, he's on the right. Not long after his arrival, Typhon will let out a large sneeze, which causes a massive gust of wind to blow across the stage, heavily pushing back the fighter. There is no damage. It's purely a low HP, desperate attempt by Ultros to cheat and eliminate his opponent by knocking them past the blast lines. After the gust of wind has gone across the screen, Typhon floats away back in the direction he came. Yes, Typhon, also known as Chupon, as you put in our chat there.
Just, being a lawyer, I'm here to fact check.
I mean, more like fact continue.
Hey.
So that's that. There's Ultros with his buddy Typhon, the cheating scoundrel that he is, the perverted, lecherous scoundrel that he absolutely is. Creep.
So talk to me about his appearance in Final Fantasy XIV. Have you fought that boss?
Yeah. I fought everything. Well, I all but like the hardest content of stuff. I fought everything in the game. Ultros is actually in A Realm Reborn. in the patch content. He's part of the Hildebrand quest series, which is where they get silly. It's like, we are not taking ourselves seriously at all here. Here is a goofy ass Inspector Clouseau type inspector who bumbles and stumbles his way around to somehow solving things while not having a clue of what he's doing. And Ultros is involved in some of that. Gilgamesh is involved in some of that. The Gilgamesh for that one, because it's always the Gilgamesh, except for like 2 or 3 appearances where it's like, oh yeah, we're actually not real Gilgamesh for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Cool. Hard boss, easy boss. Talk to me.
I mean, he's definitely the hardest thing about him. I mean, Ofunga can just then kill you if you're in the wrong spot, if you have too much damage. You just get blown off the stage. Imp Sung could fuck you up. It's kind of hard to dodge attacks when your capabilities are severely lowered. But I want to say like he's hard. He's more of frustrating, I would say.
I see.
He probably has some
And would
voice
you
lines.
envision that ringing true in this appearance as well?
Oh, I thought you were talking about this version.
Oh yeah.
The 14 fight is it's easy as fuck.
Okay.
Now, was it easy when it first released? I don't know. A lot of older fights are a lot easier now because your stats and everything have gone up. Someone gets lowered down so far, but still, just the fact that we have much better stats than back then, it's pretty easy. There is one part of his fight that actually can be rough because he actually you do fight him alongside Typhon at the same time, and they're on a platform where you can be knocked off. And then you're stuck there for a few seconds, and you have to jump back on, kind of like a wrestling ring. If you spend too much time out of the ring, you lose. If every player in the fight, there's 8 players in this fight, if all of them are off of the main ring at the same time, it's an instant loss. So if you get knocked, get the fuck back on.
Learn that in pro wrestling.
Yeah. For the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it SNES? I don't know.
NES.
Okay.
One might say you must recover.
You must.
You must.
All right.
Great people.
So
Feels
those
like
are our showcases, which means we can finally get into our Smashtopia character here. The crux of the episode, if you... No, I said it first, fuck you! The crux of the episode, if you will, Eebit. And a character that is from a game that I know is very near and dear to your heart. One of your favorite childhood games, I would assume. Panel de Pon, otherwise known as Tetris Attack.
Oh, I thought it was pronounced panel de pin.
I don't think so. I mean,
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm just going to go with Eebit saying no.
Panel de pon.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. Panel.
Yeah,
Panette?
yeah. It's like
Panel deepen.
Panettone?
Now we're just getting silly.
Oil.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Oh shoot. Oh, my bad.
Welcome everyone to the fucking show.
I'm glad I could be here. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me on the fucking show.
Fuck. God damn it. Okay. Well it's actually been a while since we've had a guest do a Smashtopia episode with us. I think this is actually the first one this season, I believe. Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. We had Flame Zone on to do the Jack Black version of Steve.
Oh, right.
Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That happened.
We watched that with him together.
I hate it.
We saw the cow from Mario Kart on the way there.
It's been a while since we had you do one with us, though. Quite a time.
Probably the last one would be Hey. Rude.
Wow. I'm checking right now. When did we last have you do a Smashtopia with us?
Gooey, probably. Or did we just talk about that? Adeline?
We were going to do Susie with you, and you were like, who the fuck's Susie?
I don't know Susie.
Is that...
Wait,
we only ever done one?
Robobot? I think I might have just done the one.
Oh my god. You only ever did one Smashtopia with us.
And it was?
Adeline.
Adeline.
Yeah,
What?
okay. I wasn't wrong then.
I have false memories now?
That was season 1.
Oh,
Well,
been a
we're
while.
coming full circle.
Sure are.
Holy shit. Absolutely wild. Alright, well.
Well, he certainly brought his medal to Adeline, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here.
We'll see.
Lay down the tracks like a fine engineer.
So, since it's been so long since you did one of these with us, let's go ahead and give you a little refresher as to what's going to go on here. We are going to be going one by one through the different categories of a moveset here. We're going to be starting with like the animations. I will
boy.
say an idea that we have. Jonno will say their idea, then you'll say yours. And then once we got through a section, we'll break it down like, okay, what are we picking for as we combine all this together? Because we have 3 movesets, but it's got to be turned into one. And sometimes that means Frankensteining some concepts. So I hope you didn't make anything that relies on one central gimmick that kind of makes your whole moveset work, because otherwise we're going to have an issue.
I do
We
have a
did that
question.
before. What?
Where is Frankenstein?
Dead.
How is he supposed to be on this episode?
No, the monster killed him. It's
Oh.
pretty well known in the story.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our personal friends, Frank and Stein.
Oh, no, they're both dead.
What?
Yeah, the monster killed
Oh.
them. Pretty well known in the
Okay.
story.
Is that why you made the blessed bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
To kill them both.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite cryptids.
So,
Yeah.
we
Soda.
enter
Milk or-
into it, as we always do, with the entrance animation.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, what I have written down here is that, like how Lip will travel from one island to another, Lip will walk across a short rainbow that brings her up to the stage from behind. Donno,
Nice.
what's your entrance animation?
Would you believe me if I told you I emailed this to myself and it says IP moveset?
Yes.
Anyway. Entrance : a column of colorful fairy magic spirals upward from the ground as several familiar panel de pon panels appear from its orbit. The panels disappear in a satisfying chain before revealing Lip standing in the center. She gives a cheerful smile and assumes her ready stance.
All right, Eebit.
Think keep it classic. She's got to appear in a spin, a twirl of a gust of flowers around her, and gives a little wave and a yata for you.
Is that what she does? I thought that was from Sute Hakun.
She does a yata, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
She
Animation
doesn't do
related.
I don't know if she twirls in Panel de Pon. There's a limited amount of.
I mean, she
animation.
would twirl. Let's be honest. She would twirl.
Yeah. It's in character.
Yeah.
I feel like the answer is clear. You go with what's canonical. And, that's not always the case, but my vote.
Which one did you say is canonical?
Sorry.
He's voting for himself, I think.
No,
I assume.
No, I meant Eebit. Eebit's was...
Oh, mine's not that canonical.
All right, Eebit, how do you feel?
I was thinking about doing like some swap in for some blocks, so a satisfying appearance and pop of some blocks wouldn't be such a bad idea for her. We'll see kind of how the rest of the moveset shakes out, but I assume that'll be some swapping will be a fixture there. So
I would imagine there's gonna be blocks somewhere in at least one moveset.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
To continue though, Kirby hat. I think it's
what did we?
What?
Didn't we have to vote for the entrance?
Oh, I thought it was Jake's.
Oh, okay. Because then Jake was like, "Oh, Jonno's," so you had to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, I would vote for Eebit's in that case. I would vote for my own first, but then we have a 3-way tie, and I'm not doing that shit.
Why not? Have you had
because
experience with
we have to end the episode at some point, and I'm not making this be
earlier
3 plus
seasons?
hours,
No.
Jonathan.
Otherwise, let's go another 12 hours.
Well, we did last time. Well, we did before with Eebit and
Yeah.
Kirby hat. So I think it's pretty obvious. You know, he's
Brown hair,
gonna-
ponytail.
Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna wear Lip's shoes on his head.
Could be.
I thought he was going to replicate Lip's entire head and then balance it on top of his head like a macabre snowman.
Kind of like
You need help. Deeply
Wait until
professional help.
When I have to bring you in a couple of episodes for my showcases.
So, like Eebit said, the whole ponytail and also the pink bow.
Oh, I thought Eebit said shoes on his head.
I'm going to kill you.
What?
You know why.
Oh, you said it. Well, you're so serious about it. That's my vote.
Taunts. Keep this up. I'm going to end the show. So, we'll go one taunt at a time, and we'll also follow with victory poses, then we'll discuss them all together, because sometimes things will shift from one side of the aisle to the other. So, my first taunt, Lip will face the screen and give it a bit of a wave as a rainbow appears above her, trailing from her hand. So she does the wave like above her head type deal, rainbow following her hand.
Sweet.
Jonathan.
My first taunt is Lip raises her hand overhead as flower petals swirl over her. She exclaims, "Let's do our best."
All right, Eebit.
I would have Lip raising her lipstick above her head and then drawing a full circle and then casting a little petal flower petal shower.
Nice.
All right.
I like that.
My second one, Lip will pluck a small flower out of the ground for sniffing its scent and tucking it away in her hair.
Cute. Again, cute. A tiny fairy flutters in front of Lip. She giggles, gently waves to it, and the fairy circles her once before flying away in a shower of rainbows. Spiral of rainbows, sorry.
Spiral.
Yeah.
Rainbows
Very
is a
different
good
from
one.
Shower.
Mm.
Eebit.
I only had one taunt.
Whoa! Do you have only one stand?
This isn't the melee days, sir.
Yeah. Okay, well, fast track Eebit's taunt.
Maybe I don't want to now. My third taunt, Lip will twirl in place, causing a burst of flower petals to appear around her as she says, "What's your favorite flower?"
Sunflowers. I actually think that was my sister's favorite flower. I don't know what mine is. Maybe a bougainvillea. Bougainvillea. Several colorful puzzle panels briefly appear around Lip. She playfully rearranges them with a...
Hello?
Is anyone else seeing this?
Okay. I don't know if it was me that was gone or you that was gone, but that was, I heard panels and then you were gone.
Oh, I heard it all the way through, so I think it was just on your
me
side.
that died. So you're going to repeat that.
Welcome back. Several colorful puzzle panels briefly appear around Lip. She playfully rearranges them with a flick of her lipstick before they vanish in a sparkling chain reaction.
All right. Moving on to victory poses. My first one, Lip will skip across the screen, creating fields of flowers beneath her feet as she goes. When Lip reaches the middle of the screen, she'll twirl in celebration and face the screen with a cutesy pose.
Nice. Lip lays beside a small flower bud and gently taps the ground with lipstick. The bud instantly blossoms into a vibrant, full flower. Admiring her handiwork, she closes her eyes with a satisfied smile while kicking her feet.
Eebit?
Beautiful. I have Lips doing a hop, skip, and a jump into the frame, and then doing a cute little sachet of her flower.
Yeah, pa.
She does the Disney Channel draw the mouse.
That would be excellent, but that wasn't quite what I was thinking. I have more along the lines of a trail of rainbows jumping into the frame and
Okay.
a twirl after that. So
I think maybe
All right.
somewhere it's been prevalent.
For my second victory pose, Lip will spin and jump around the screen in a sort of a dynamic way as she waves around her flower wand as flower petals fall from the sky.
Several woodland fairies gather around Lip in celebration, happily circling her as flowers bloom beneath her feet. Lip laughs warmly before raising her wand triumphantly as the fairies scatter into the sky. And sparkles and magic. For Jake's first victory pose.
Second.
Second.
Did Eebit make a second one?
Maybe you only prepared one. I just wanted to tee that up.
So I have Lip floating into frame, holding on to the dandelion as per the title screen from the SNES game, and doing a little wink, and then dropping to the earth.
Nice.
Okay. That creature, I actually consider having that creature at one of my victory poses. But instead of doing that creature that's in the title screen there, I found out apparently there is a creature for each fairy.
Yes,
So,
there is.
Furry the rabbit will leap up into Lip's arms as Lip happily spins around celebrating her victory.
Which one is Lip's creature?
The rabbit.
The rabbit.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I said that.
Although also the fairy, because the fairy is associated with her on the title screen. Kind of.
Okay.
Actually, at least what I saw on the wiki, that the creature on the title screen actually doesn't have an association with any of the fairies.
Oh, really?
It's like a neutral party. Then
It's
there's
just
no like
magic.
official art of it. That's just they only have that sprite.
Oh, nice. Interesting. Little lore. My third victory pose, is a cluster of panel de pon panels fill the screen. One by, like the entire screen. One by one, they disappear in a rapid combo chain, finally revealing Valkyrie from Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringers, standing there. He pulls the camera in with a horrible twirl of his lipstick before smiling confidently towards the camera, saying, "I've come for you, Zantok."
Please
Anyway.
either play the fucking game and learn other characters, or just never mention him again. It's not like
No, I know his boss is like Eben Moss Bacharach.
This one's lost on me.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Move on.
Okay. Well, okay. And Jake's next victory pose.
I've got the last one for me is Lip jumps up and down with her hands above her head. Her eyes are closed, and she is just smiling away, as she does when you win the puzzle battles.
Sweet.
I mean, I feel like you got to fast track canon.
Kind of have to. I just was looking at the sprites from the game, and that one's I feel like that's a pretty solid victory pose. You can't really beat that. It is a canonical victory pose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I do really like John's use of the word panel repeatedly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. One joke has to land out of the many.
It's a quantity over quality game.
Oh, that reminds me that
God, I wish he had quality. I fucking wish.
Reveals lip. You've laughed sometimes in my life.
I've laughed at your life.
Yeah, that would be a terrible thing. Yes, Lip is revealed behind the cluster of panels, in case you're wondering. And she performs a graceful twirl with lipstick and is very smiley.
All right. Well, we have 7 taunts. We have 9 victory poses. We got to cut each down to 3. Does anybody have any strong thoughts towards things they would like to see included, whether it is one of their own or one of somebody else's?
You know what they say, WGW. Why God, why must we do this? Let's figure this out.
Because you didn't veto the format of this show when I proposed how it would work.
Maybe one day we'll have to restructure it. Who knows? What was Jake? Jake, what was your taunt again?
Your one taunt.
My one taunt.
I know it was like my first taunt, except you had flowers swirling around when she waves her
Yeah.
hand.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that you used lipstick in it. I kind of wish that I did in my taunt. You know, we would have kind of been one for
Prominent
one.
fixture
Yeah,
in
you know,
her
yeah, I kind of
subsequent
imagine
appearances.
like just throughout. Um, yeah, I do think that we should find a way to incorporate rainbows, whether it's with Zantoks that's very similar or in a victory pose. But I mean, I do like your iteration and his, so maybe one of those. What about you, Zantok? Do you have any leans?
I was briefly considering if they could become that the effects could be combined, the rainbow following the hand, then also having the flowers swirling. But I kind of think that's too much. Just too many
Mhm.
effects happening there. Uh,
I
I
like
think.
having her stack panels. That's always a fun little nod to the puzzle game.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I like John's taunt of having her stacking the panels.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say I would say Jake's waving taunt over mine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, trying to think of these other ones. Like, read your panel one for me again. And I guess your other two, Jonno.
Okay. Several colorful puzzle panels briefly appear around lip. She playfully rearranges them with a flick of her lipstick before they vanish in a sparkling chain reaction. I'm gonna veto doing my flower petal over the head because it's basically Jake's, little variation. So the third one, a tiny fairy flutters in front of Lip. She giggles and gently waves to it, and the fairy circles her once before flying away in a shower of flower petals. Now, one way you can change this to alter for a rainbow is the fairy has a rainbow effect that trails it.
This appears in a burst of rainbow color, perhaps.
Yeah, it's just like I'm going to do at the end of the show.
Okay. And then there was also the panels for Victor Bros. I think you were the one that used panels at all, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly.
Both
Mhm.
in the victory poses and in the
Yeah.
taunt.
So I would say, Donna, which one of those do you prefer?
Um, I kind of really like the victory pose because it's like completely obscuring the screen, and you don't really get too many of those.
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. God, I hate when I hear myself coming from your mic. Here's what I'm thinking. We've got Eebit's wave with the flowers. I would say we do yours with the fairy,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have between I have two of mine where either she picks up the flower and sniffs it and then tucks it in her hair, or she twirls, creating a flower petals to appear around her and says, "What's your favorite flower?"
Mm-hmm. I
So
do love the quote. I think that it's like hilarious in the way that Smash quotes often are.
yeah, that was kind of the idea. The only thing I'm unsure about is this also having flower petals burst around when Eebits does that.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, maybe choose it and then work it out in shop if you wanted to change any of the aesthetic.
Could.
Think of magical girl stuff: sparkles, rainbows, flowers, various creatures.
The power of
Guys
friendship.
in masks
Woodland
that do
woodland
nothing.
creatures.
Yeah. Yes. Guys in masks that do nothing.
Yeah, it's really all my
Like
knowledge is.
2020 all over
That's
again.
all I know. Okay, so sure, we'll do that then.
Oop.
All right, so
Okay.
victory poses then. We're probably going to be doing your panels one, most likely. But what
Okay.
other two should we do? Even I, we have some similar ones. We have a lot of twirls in ours.
Mhm.
I like skipping in with the rainbow effect because she canonically again kind of comes through like the whole coming out of frame into the frame riding on a rainbow is very much like the stage transitions in the story mode of the game. So
Yep. Yeah, I
that
like that.
seems to me a winner.
I would pose to eliminate one of mine from the get-go, the one with the other fairies, just because we used the fairy already in a taunt.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also drop my third victor pose as an option because it was more jumping around, but also using the flower one to create flower petals, which we already have elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my first one is also kind of similar to Eebit's hop, skip, jump rainbow one, where she's skipping around creating flowers as she jumps around. Which will leave my only other option being the one with Furry for the rabbit, and which jumps into Lip's arms and they spin around together.
I think that's cute and fun.
So you have furry, and you have the rainbow. I have a flower bud blooming and the panel de pon panels, and Jake had Eebit had what now?
The rainbow.
The rainbow.
The rainbow, the hop, skip, and the jump, the riding
Oh, that
through
was
on the
good.
ferry,
Okay. Yeah.
and then just jumping up and down, which was the standard victory pose from.
Okay. I like both of those. The rainbow one, it sparks inspiration similar to Xantok's. I think there's a way to find common ground and adopting it.
Yeah.
Read out the animation for your rainbow one for me again.
I didn't. I'm winging it. I don't have a readout here.
Shit. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's like episode 1 of Smashtopia. Super Cast Brothers all over again. Remember Waluigi take 1?
Okay.
I actually don't have a moveset.
Because here's why I was asking Eebit. Is it possible? Do you think it's possible to have the hop, skip, jump, rainbow effect, everything going on, and then have it end with her doing the classic jump, or is that too
Sure.
long?
I don't think it's that long if you consider like for most victory poses, like you can linger on that screen and they can repeat the last thing that they're doing ad nauseum, right?
Mhm.
Like I kind of think that is also its own callback to the game because the same thing happens in Panel to Pawn. Like if you sit on that victory screen, she's hopping up and down.
All right, then let's do that then. All right. Well, with our because so that means our taunts are going to be uh the what's your favorite flower? We've got the wave and we've got the fairy. For our victory poses, we have the rainbow jump plus console jump, the furry, and the panels.
Yeah.
We didn't end up going with the panels for the taunt. I thought that was one that we.
No, panels.
we
Panels for victory pose.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about stacking the panel, playfully rearranging the panels.
Jonas said he liked the victory version better than the taunt version.
And struck a chord and broke his heart. Just like
Wouldn't be the first time. Listen, you're just getting your revenge for a certain time when he broke your heart.
Yeah.
When was this? Poor guy.
2009.
Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll remember. I do.
That's why you weren't on at all last season, actually. That's the real reason.
That's why I wasn't invited back.
Yeah,
took
Jonno
a
held a grudge.
2-year hiatus.
Yeah.
Zantok wanted to mitigate any emotional destruction. It was his decision.
That's what he tells you to
I thought we made up and we kissed and made up in part 2 of that recording anyway. So.
Yeah, but you got blackout drunk, so he doesn't remember.
I got blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not gonna refer to it. Anyway.
Anyways, it's time to get now into Lip's special moves, the crux of the moveset, if you will. Thank you so much for giving us those words way back then, back in season 1. We've been using it ever since.
Yeah.
This is from me?
Yeah.
I created this?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So starting with the standard special, mine is pretty simple, honestly. Mine's called Bloom. Lip will just take out her flower wand. The lips stick. She swings it forward. Flowery fairy energy erupts from it, and if it hits somebody, it puts a flower on their head. This is literally the exact same thing as the lipstick item. The exact thing. That's her standard special for me. Bloom.
It's her standard special.
Yeah. For her standard special, she wields a stick. It's her stick. It's lipstick.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have thought that would have been kind of the entirety of her regular moves.
Well, she can't put flowers on people's heads in her regular moves. That's OP.
Yeah. Man, I
I
forgot to mention.
suppose, but
Jonno,
Yes.
what do you got?
My standard special is called Penel Pop. Lip waves lipsticks forward, conjuring a colorful puzzle Penel a short distance in front of her. The Penel itself deals no damage, instead remaining in place as a magical construct for several seconds. If Lip strikes one of her own Penels with any attack, it bursts into a shower of fairy magic, damaging nearby opponents with a colorful explosion of flowers and rainbows and stars. Up to 3 Penels may exist at once. They can be stacked. You can use them as a vertical kind of object to jump on. Placing a 4th causes the oldest panel to disappear. Panel, sorry. Skilled players can strategically position panels around the stage before intentionally detonating them with other attacks, rewarding planning several moves ahead.
Question. Very important question. How long
Yes.
does it last if it's not interacted with?
Several seconds.
Okay. So we've got Minecraft Steven here.
yeah, this is so funny because my idea for her standard special actually would have been taking that exact same thing much further, in that you can infinitely spawn panels.
Yeah, I like this. Let's do that.
I'm thinking, well, maybe not infinitely, but effectively infinite.
At least until the game crashes.
You're creating new game objects pretty regularly. I'm thinking think the green greens from Melee particularly. You eventually stop spawning rainbow blocks on that stage, but you get a lot of them on both sides of the stage. I kind of think Lip's gonna be more like that, where whole thesis of that game is that you can construct bigger and bigger combos and chain them together in unique and fun and interesting ways.
Okay,
I've broken his brain.
I'm
Or I've
broken on
his
game
internet.
balancing.
Well, he's talking from a very logical game development perspective. He's offering technical words.
What I will say is I do like this move.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Johnny. You've made something I like.
John has. You don't like making it effectively infinite.
No! Because then it's broken! They all last for several seconds. You're just going to fill the whole screen.
Sure, why not?
No!
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
I don't think so. I'll level with you, listener. Or Zantok. I think that I would say there is a limit, and I think eventually, not after 4, but after
99.
more, maybe
20,
15 or something, 20 maybe. You should be able to stack up some blocks. They're going to be small. Think about the star blocks on green greens. They're about that size.
Okay. Let's look at this clarifying question. There's 2 questions here. First of all, how big is a block?
Because about the same size as a star block on green greens.
Those aren't small.
They're not small.
I would think about at most the size of Lip, who I would think would be about as tall as Olimar in Smash.
Oh, you think she would be? I think Lip would be probably more in a peach size.
I was thinking Mario.
Really?
Mario, maybe Mario.
I don't know that guy.
Shut the fuck up.
How about Luigi? Do you know him?
Oh my gosh, I love Luigi.
A star block is 2 Marios tall.
Surely not. Wow, really? I remember it
I'm
being
trying to pull
much
this,
smaller.
trying to pull things up. Yeah, no, like a Mario side or a Mario size character, like again, like two like
Man.
Inkling, Mega Man, all of them. They're roughly 2 star blocks.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
a
okay,
star
they are.
block
Well,
in
no,
Kirby is
like I'm looking at a screenshot and they're like smaller than a Kirby size.
I'm also looking at a screenshot.
Yeah, I think they should be smaller than that then. Okay.
Kirby.
I concede, but I do think that like having, 15 of those on the board shouldn't be majorly game breaking on any given stage.
Here, here,
So,
here, here's what I would say. And granted, we're not actually having to make the game, so we have to make like, these nitty gritty decisions. But here's what I would think: there is a cap of how many she can have. It's less how many she can have on the stage. They degrade after a couple seconds, and more that she has a bank of them, and it takes longer for them to regenerate than it takes for them to disintegrate. So if you put all
sure.
15 up really quick, it's going to take a bit before her stock comes back. I think that's the way
Sure.
we would balance it.
I think I like having more of them because, as John kind of said, skilled players can make some interesting strategic decisions about stacking them, about using them to guard ledges, about using them to throw. Ideally, like I would like to see kind of taking some inspiration from the original game, of being able to set up like combos and chains, like with that standard special, where you can set up like 4 in a row or 5 in a row or 6 in a row of the same shape. And I think that, of course, the panels will be random colors and shapes that you generate. But um, in my mind, when I look at that, I'm thinking about like you can set this up and then you get like a small stat boost of some sort. Like either you get an added effect to your standard specials if you make a combo, or you get a brief moment of like if you get like the poison effect if you match the purple blocks, or what is it, blue, dark blue.
It looks just like the black Andre the Black Lum from Rayman when you smile like that.
Will, what you're currently talking about here, Eebit? We'll get into that later.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I think it's funny. Eebit and I are kind of holding the cards here on this move. We can save like 30 blocks.
Let's say 64 blocks, why not? Like,
As the person who will be writing this all and putting onto the Smashtopia wiki, I will not be writing
I'll
down
write it.
64 blocks. No, you
I'll write
what
it.
won't.
about
Yeah,
128 blocks?
We
you can
how
do that.
about we talk about the side special now, which I
What
think you
about
might like what I have considering what's been
256
what's
blocks?
been come up with here. By the way, John, remind me what the name of this move was? Was it like panel pop or
66
something?
blocks. Oh, Panel Pop.
Panel
I
pop.
think
Okay.
it's 256 blocks is what it's called.
1028, take it or leave it.
28, let's go. I just want like a signed integer overflow amount of blocks. That's all.
40 blocks. Kind of like very similar to the age Zantok almost is.
Oh dear.
Are the children ready to proceed?
I
Because
just
I would
want
like to
Yeah.
continue with the rest of the
overflow
special
amount of
moves
blocks.
in the
Those are
hour that
reverse-
we in the 52 minutes we have left.
Hey, we've done 12 hours before.
Shut
could
the
do anything.
fuck up. You bitched and moaned after that 12 hours.
Let's go. It's not like you didn't.
It's nowhere near to the degree of you. Anyways,
Yeah.
side special time. Mine is called Panel Swap. And this might actually have some interesting play with what Jonno and Eebit have put together for a standard special. I have this as a penalty pawn reticle will appear with the left side currently overlipped and the right side over whatever is immediately in front of her. Players will have a brief few moments to move the reticle with the control stick before the effect kicks in. When it does, whatever the reticle is hovering over will be immediately swapped around. So if Lip is standing next to Mario, then Lip and Mario will immediately trade places, still facing the same direction that they were previously. If the reticle is over a barrel in some empty space, then the barrel will immediately swap to that empty space. If the reticle is over a panel that has been placed down previously, It's going to swap that panel, move it around, potentially immediately trigger its explosive effect. I don't know. That's something that can be figured out. If the control stick does not get moved immediately, then Lip will just be immediately swapped with whatever is in front of her. It is not quite a counter technique, but it could very well be an evasion technique while also just causing chaos, moving shit around.
Yeah. Sweet. I do like that a lot. I think that the Pinel swap makes a lot of sense. Mine is, I don't like it as much as yours. I'm surprised. It's a chain reaction. Pinel chain. Lip thrusts her wand forward towards the nearest puzzle Pinel she has created. If one exists, magical energy instantly jumps from Pinel to Pinel in sequence before culminating in a powerful burst from the final Pinel in the chain. Each connected Pinel slightly increases the strength, size, and knockback of the finishing explosion. If no puzzle Pinel is currently active, Lip instead releases a short-range burst of fairy magic directly from Lipstick, dealing light damage and flower effect.
And
Ew.
flower effect.
Yes.
And flower effect.
Flower effect.
Eebit, what do you got?
I also like the swap, and I was between having this be a side special or a down special, but I do like it being the side. I think it makes for some interesting like combo and chaining potential, having it be the side, but it also kind of makes for some interesting like recovery and edge guarding potential stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm right there with you, Lister, on this one. I like the idea of like, having it be held for a certain amount of time, like on screen, so that it's telegraphed and it's not totally busted. Like you can see when somebody's preparing that move, but still, like it is a big threat. Like especially if you're trying to recover, you can just be swapped in. Now, okay, here's a question for you: would you swap like flip like Mario Cape style flipping, or would you just swap like the position and not like the direction they're facing?
So let's say here, I've got little props here. We got
Yeah.
Mallow, we
Oh,
got Marowak.
beautiful.
So let's say,
Facing each other for the listeners, for the non-video audience, they're facing each other.
yes.
They're kissing.
So let's say Mallow is Lip and they're using panel swap, and they just have it immediately activate. So Mallow and Marowak are going to swap. They're going to do this. So
They'll
whereas
still
they
keep
were facing each
their same
other,
facing.
they're now facing away. Yeah, they keep the exact same direction that they were facing. So if Marowak was running at Lip, panel swap, Marowak is now running this way, and just completely missed her.
Like that.
Yeah, I like that. I think like that also kind of makes it like if you were doing it off the ledge, for example, if you move your cursor like 3 over and down when when Martha's trying to up B back on stage, it's not as though he's now suddenly facing away from the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now here's the real
but
question with it.
again, like I think that's a very powerful side special. So
Yeah.
it could be
Yeah.
fun.
Now here's the real question with it. Should it do any amount of damage? If it did, I assume it would do the absolute minuscule 0.1% damage. The reason why I bring it up, because if it does damage, then you could use it on a panel to potentially remotely blow one up, kind of like Jonno's side special is saying.
Oh.
Because then, it does damage, which means it will trigger that explosion while swapping the panel.
What does the creator of the Jelly Gator think?
Of the Jelly Gator.
I mean, I'm asking because like I mainly ask because like, do you think that would for the way that your standard special works, would that make it better or would that potentially screw things up?
Depends on the gameplay mechanic. I think that it could be certain that you'll have some whiffs with it, and you would also have some wins. I'm curious what Eebit thinks from his more game code development background, if he thinks that's a good idea or not.
As far as I'm kind of thinking that it would be a 0 damage move. Like I think the repositioning elements of it are really strong as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it did like fractional damage and knockback, I feel like it would be a little bit too broken. I think as it is, like just the amount of like advanced mind brain fuckery that could happen with that type of repositioning, like if you're not expecting it, would be enough to overcome such that it doesn't need to do damage.
True. The Canadian Sakurai has spoken.
All right.
Nintendo, hire this man.
Yeah.
Moving on
Heavy
then.
the American Sakurai who disavows such a name.
Moving on then to the up special,
Zantok.
Jonathan.
What? Oh,
Moving on
yes,
then
okay.
to the up special.
My up special is
Oh my, no! I'm gonna strangle your neck.
if you can find it.
There's a few ways to interpret that joke, and I want you to realize this.
That's supposed to be a self-burn fat joke.
Okay,
what
good.
were you thinking?
That's what I was thinking. I just want to verbalize it in case that wasn't the idea.
I don't know what else it could be right now.
I mean,
I'll
having
think of it
to
later,
having to
probably.
fly out to you and then literally find you.
You're going to fly out here. I'm okay. There are some limits I've learned on this show. I'm not going to talk anymore. Anyway.
Please! Up special. Kind of classically, up special is where I struggle the most in terms of moveset, because a lot of characters, a lot of games, there's no verticality, so it's hard to come up with something. So, like usual, I had the bullshit something. So, Lip will giggle as a rainbow comes up from below her. It kind of like Aladdin's magic carpet. Imagine that, but it's like it's a rainbow. It picks up Lip from below. It kind of just like swirls and twirls up as it carries her up into the air. And I call it Rainbow Ride.
Cute. Nice. Okay, my up special is called Flight of the 10,000 Fairy Gods of the Forest.
Dear God.
A friendly fairy swoops beneath Lip, lifting her gracefully into the air in a spiraling ascent. The fairy leaves behind a winding trail of flower petals that linger briefly before fading away. Opponents who come into contact with either the fairy or the trail take light damage and are gently pushed aside rather than launched. The move grants excellent horizontal control, allowing Lip to weave around opponents as she returns safely to the stage.
Eebit?
So I don't have a name for this, but I do think that like what I have in mind is around similar to like Rosalina's launch star type of thing, like
Okay.
a big kind of like arcing rainbow that takes her back towards the stage. Maybe like think and if envision with me, if you will, a combination of Rosalina's launch star and Yoshi's flutter, in that she's kind of like running over the rainbow to try and get towards the stage, but
running Rainbow Ride.
a rainbow ride.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get something with rainbows in mind, but like trying to get the visualization was like I was struggling with. So I was like, okay, it's basically Mithra's side special, but going up instead, and not nearly as wide of a thing. It's just like a quick rainbow just spirals
Okay.
up. Is not like a Mario tornado spiral, but like there's a pattern, but it looks kind of random-ish. You're just going several swoops.
Right.
Nice.
I'm kind of thinking like it's a long, wide arcing recovery more than it is like a vertical one.
Okay.
Like Rosalina has like a ton of vertical from hers, but I think can you control the angle in that? It's been a million years.
I'm trying to think if you can. Let me check here. Because it's kind of like a cannon blast is really what hers is thematically.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
But I think like very similar in that it like doesn't do a lot any damage. Like it's purely a recovery element.
It can be angled. You can make it be a purely vertical or nearly purely horizontal. But by default, it's fairly diagonal.
Interesting. I haven't played enough Rosalina in my time then, clearly, but I was thinking more horizontal than a vertical recovery in this regard.
Okay.
And also, I kind of had there's a there's a mini game in Mario Party 5 where you're doing like a track and field style triple jump, but like you're like a rainbow kind of follows you along on your jump, and you're mashing the buttons. I think it is just called like triple jump or something.
Let me see, because that could help with visualizing. You said the minigame is just called Triple Jump?
I want to say it's
there's Triple Jump. That exists.
Is it called triple jump?
Well,
Yeah,
there
good
is
for me.
one called triple jump. I don't know if it's the one yet.
No, it for sure is. That's
Okay, I see what you. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
like they're kind of like running midair and a rainbow follows them along. Like that's the visual that came to mind for me.
Okay.
Maybe a triple jump. I don't know. Mash attack,
Rainbow leap.
rainbow leap. That's kind of what I have in mind for it. I like the incorporation of the rainbow because the lipstick is kind of her signature element, but the means by which she travels through the worlds is on a rainbow bridge. So
Yep.
Rainbow Dash.
All
rainbow dash.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving into the down special. Mine is garbage block.
It's gotta be garbage block.
Gotta be garbage block, but how will it work? For my iteration, I have it being a chargeable move. Lip will twirl her flower wand as a garbage block appears floating above and in front of her. The longer this move is charged up, the larger and more damaging the garbage block will be. It starts out as just a few basic disconnected blocks before growing into a larger, angrier red block. Once the input is let go, the garbage block will fall straight down, damaging anyone it hits along the way. Opponents who get hit by the garbage block while they are on the ground will be buried into the stage.
Nice.
I considered also
like
throwing in a meteor smash if somebody's in the air, but I was like, we'll see about that part.
Yeah, I like that.
Is Kirby Stand B a meteor smash?
I believe so.
No. Is it?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay, mine is called In Bloom. Limp
You did
lip
go with the
limp.
garbage block.
Yeah. Lip plants the tip of Lip's stick into the ground, causing a large magical flower to bloom beneath her feet with a brief delay. Once fully grown, the flower periodically releases bursts of pollen that lightly damage nearby opponents while slowly healing Lip. The flower is also capable of dispersing items, which include Lip's gun. Picking up Lip's gun will allow her to, well, first of all, like a grungier melody will play because she likes her pretty songs and she likes to sing along. So she will then, you press A or B to shoot the gun and it shoots out flower seeds and they can grow inside of opponents and cause lipstick's effect to happen. The move grants the flower remains active for several seconds before naturally withering away. Only one bloom flower may exist at any given time.
Now, the real American Sakurai has signed on to create the reboot of Panel to Pawn, in which suddenly there's a Lips gun.
Who Nintendo needs to get Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah.
Like EA doesn't
No, what?
deserve it.
Oh man,
No.
we've been thinking
take it
about
away
this
from
all
EA.
wrong.
Take Plants vs Zombies away from EA, and then Nintendo uses Plants vs Zombies to reboot Panel de Pawn.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have Lip instead of what the fuck is his name? Henry something or Hank? I don't know what is Crazy Dave. That's the guy.
Oh yeah,
it's Crazy Dave.
Yeah.
And
Hank,
Lip.
Henry, Dave. Yes, of course.
And then I don't know who the fuck the new zombie boss is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Something from.
Is there like lore on Plants vs Zombies? Like,
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Eebit.
like known to the lore of Plants vs Zombies?
I don't really know it, but I know that Crazy Dave is the guy that plants the plants, and he's a kind of nutty looking guy that wears a frying pan on his head, or a pot rather.
Yeah, that's one of Way Off's games, right? Like he's into that. Oh, I thought he was. He hasn't. Way Off Trail hasn't been on the show either since he disavowed the courtesans.
Yeah, he has. He's filled in.
Oh yeah, he replaced me that one episode.
Twice.
Yeah, cool. Twice?
Yes.
Wow. It's overtime.
But yeah, and then we'll get Jeddah from Shadows of Valentia to beat the zombie boss.
Nice.
Oh. Wow. Some very big crossover.
Whatever his name was.
Star Wars is like an entire planet.
I can't remember if that was his name or not.
It was.
Are you?
Yeah. That's who I'm thinking of. Jeddah. The guy that makes the witches.
Witches. I haven't actually played that one. That's like I despite being quite into the code of Fire Emblem, I haven't actually played all that many of the games.
Well, color me surprised. Chrono Trigger Game Club.
Yeah.
We can always bring it back, but somebody else needs to organize it. I
Listen,
have
well,
played
I
Chrono
mean,
Trigger.
I might.
Dad.
You know what? My schedule is both opening up and also closing off in the near future. I might have to start DMing soon.
Exciting. Oh, I want to hear more about that, but off topic for
Yeah.
the moment. Um,
That brings
yeah,
to you
no,
though for your down special.
for me. Okay, so for me, I my immediate reaction was, yeah, garbage block is kind of the obvious way to go with this for me. Lip's gun, however, has been a surprise and welcome addition to the Panel Dupont extended cinematic universe. But
Yeah, I understood that reference. Did you? Did anyone get the Lips gun reference? I'm gonna keep it to myself.
no,
Okay. I'll tell
I'm gonna
you
need
later.
you to like drop this into the chat for me because
Yeah, okay.
but yeah, I think the idea of having the garbage block be a chargeable thing is interesting. It wouldn't have been my initial reaction. I was kind of thinking about like how to tie it back into the standard special of like the more you are able to build up combos and chains, then maybe you get like a stock of these that go away when you lose a stock. Um, and that also kind of dictates the next shape that you have at your disposal. Like I'm thinking more modern Smash characters kind of have their own micro game where they have like some sort of meter associated with their with uh with their character and with their stocks. This for me is like where you start creating combos. If you match 4, then you get a 3 wide garbage block. If you match 5, you get a 4 wide garbage block. And then if you do some chains, then you build up bigger blocks that do more damage. But the charging element of it might simplify that quite a lot. I think like
I mean, you can
the amount that you
also.
would kind of have to keep in your head if you're now kind of like spawning small blocks and then spawning garbage blocks kind of gets a little maybe cumbersome for the mind game of it.
The way to reference it though, even as a chargeable move, is like, okay, there's typically some kind of visual indicator of how far your charge is. Some, whether it's a meter or just like a glowing spark. Just have like a little set of blocks starts appearing in front of Lip. It's just like starts as like 1 heart block, 2 heart blocks, 3 heart blocks, and then you know what your level of charge is.
Sure. Yeah, I like a chargeable down special, but my head was in the like probably too complicated elements of thinking about like spawning blocks and garbage blocks and kind of staying very honest to the source material in which, you know, how can I not? It's a game that I love and still spend hours of time playing, so
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to
That's fair.
Lister's point, Smash also is not very well known for being canonical at the end of the
Ah.
day. Like
They've
Gotten
gotten
better.
both better and worse. Starting with honestly, starting with Brawl, Melee was when it was just like, oh yeah, sure they do this.
Ganondorf, Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon, yeah, Ganondorf.
But like,
Dark
especially
Sand.
with third party characters, when they really try to go like, okay, let's try to make this be as much of their game as possible. Steve is the best example
Well,
of this.
I also think about like the Inklings, for example. Like they're very
and Min Min,
faithful, like, and Mega Man, yeah, like
Min Min,
like quite.
not Mega Man.
Wait, what did you say?
Min Min.
Min Min.
From
Oh, I thought I
Arms.
said Mega Man because I was like, yeah, Mega Man, but like also a third party. So yeah, I'm
That's true.
less familiar with the ARMS source material, so I don't know how faithful it is, but like I do think like generally modern Smash is like let's try our best to stay very honest to the source material versus like earlier Smash is like I think about like counters, which is a fabulous way of representing like Well, I mean, like the OG counters, like Martha and Roy,
Yeah.
like that's a really good way of representing like the turn-based combat in some
Yes.
way. But I mean, now they've been a dime a dozen in the franchise,
Yeah.
and
When,
they
when
kind
it
of lose
makes
their appeal.
sense for the character in game, sure, fine. But
Yeah,
larger, just like if we have to have like if I had to suggest a counter for a character at this point, I try to think of like how can I make it not be
anything
a
else?
normal. Yeah, either make it something else or like it's gonna be a counter. How can I make it be different?
Right, like for this move set, for example, like I do think that the swap could be considered a counter almost because you're waiting, you're moving a reticle, but like it's very distinct in a lot of ways in that it doesn't do damage. It can be held, it can be charged, it can be moved around. Like it leaves her vulnerable while she's got it up, I assume. Like
Yeah.
it's not a counter in that you're baiting somebody into attacking you. It's a counter in like you're limiting somebody else's movement options.
Right.
So
All right. Well, let's get into final smashes.
The crux of the
oh
moveset.
boy.
So, my final smash. It's going to start off with Lip waving her wand to create a larger garbage block that instead of falling straight down, this one flies straight forward. I know, makes no sense, but I need something to kick off the cinematic. So
Ooh.
that's always the problem. It's like, okay, if you're going to do a cinematic final smash, what's the trigger? But the first opponent that the garbage block rams into will get pulled into a cinematic final smash. Only one opponent. And this final smash will feature Lip and her opponent playing a lovely little game of penalty pawn against each other. Lip will
Very meta.
naturally dominate the game, clearing lines of blocks with ease as she sends a storm of garbage blocks to fall on her opponent's board. The game ends with Lip's opponent losing in an embarrassing fashion, with their penalty pawn game board blowing up and sending them flying away. And what is the name of this final smash? Quite simply, penalty pawn.
Yeah. Wow, that was incredible.
Beautiful.
My final smash is Panel de Pone. Lip raises Lip's stake high into the air, causing a towering wall of colorful puzzle panels to erupt from the ground. Opponents caught in the initial burst are transported alongside Lip into the magical world of Panel de Pone, where for the next several seconds, control shifts entirely to the player controlling Lip, who is tasked with rapidly matching panels as they rise from the bottom of the screen. A cursor appears over the board, allowing the player to swap adjacent panels exactly as they would in Panel de Pone. Every successful match sends magical energy crashing into the trapped opponents. Garbage blocks, yada yada, like you're saying. While combos and chain reactions dramatically increase the damage and knockback inflicted, the faster and more skillfully the player creates matches, the more devastating the final smash becomes. Once time expires, the puzzle board disappears in a spectacular burst of flowers, stars, rainbows, and magic, returning all fighters to the battlefield as the accumulated chain concludes in one final explosion that launches the captured opponents away.
Eebit.
I kind of like that you guys have incorporated like her like actually playing the game. That's
Yeah.
kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
I would never have gone that way with it. Like despite all my talk about like trying to stay true to the source material, I think that is like extremely like somehow more true than I would go with a Final Smash. Um no, I think like to me I don't typically like a cinematic Final Smash,
Fair.
but I don't really have something in mind for what I would do other than like mass spawning like the blocks like to their full potential, like having like all the blocks on stage all at once, like the all 1028 that we're gonna have in the game at all at once, like
Two.
but I think like having them instead of like be spawned, like I do think like having them kind of fall down from the sky in some way, like in the source material when you get a game over, like they come and like knock her on the head and like bounce off. But I do think like having them fall from the sky, having a bunch of garbage blocks fall from the sky could be a reasonably good Final Smash, but it's like a lot less creative when I think about what you guys are talking about. So
I mean, to be clear, my Final Smash isn't a cinematic. You actually play the game.
but I know, but like you're like
No, that's a
preventing
that's,
others from playing the game. Well, I guess no, everybody's playing the game together.
no, just the lip players.
Not the
Yeah.
lip player.
Which I looked up something while you were discussing that because I think it was just like this sounds like it would have a length to it, and I looked up
Yeah.
what is the longest Final Smash currently in Ultimate, and it's Sephiroth's at 8 seconds. So at most, because we wouldn't want to make it longer
You're
than that.
playing the game for 8 seconds.
Yeah, because like cinematic Final Smashes, I think might have been longer. I mean, Final Smashes in general were like they were more free to be longer pre-Ultimate. Ultimate, they were just like, okay, we're tightening this shit up. We need to make it snappier so that players can get back to the game.
Yeah.
And I worry with that one, it might take it out of the game for too long for everybody but Lip. But that's to be discussed.
8 minutes is a long time.
Seconds.
Oh, well, that should be fine.
Well, yeah. He's not talking about the animation of Sephiroth from the original Final Fantasy VII. He's
No.
talking about the Final Smash version. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Yeah, that's the source material, baby.
I mean, how long is it actually?
Yeah, Lip crashes into the planet Earth.
2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Appears. Oh my god, is it actually? That's crazy.
2 minutes, yeah. 2 minutes, 16 seconds. All right.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, yeah, yours is naturally. That's really the only thing different than between ours.
Yeah. And that's my only real concern. Like I was like at first I liked the idea. I was like, oh yeah, okay. The player getting to create a combo dealing more damage. That's interesting. Wait, how long is this gonna take?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've thank you for bringing me back down to reality like you always do.
I try.
You count me as like a rock.
A garbage block.
A garbage block, yeah.
True.
Because I'm garbage.
Yeah. Oh,
No, you're more like Oscar the Grouch. You just live in garbage.
That's true. That's true. Anyways, to wrap it up, before we can go actually pick out all our moves, which we kind of might have most of them already figured out. We've actually, as
a surprising amount of consensus.
As a rarity, we've had a lot of discussion actually after each move, which we normally don't get to there. No, that's fine. It's fine.
Oh, is this not the format?
I mean, well, to be fairness to you, it's been 6 seasons since you were on. But most of the
we need to get to the crux of this somehow.
Yeah,
but we got to discuss the extra skills first. And as a reminder for potentially Eebit, as well as anybody that is watching this episode before any others, the extra skill is basically just a 5th special move that we decided, fuck it, we're going to do this to stand out amongst any other moves that people make, because nobody else is going to have extra skills but the people of Super Cast Brothers and Smashtopia. And extra skill is activated by pressing Shield plus B plus your special button. So instead of a directional input, it's the Shield and special. Just a extra skill, if you will. For mine, I call mine Make a Match. And Eebit, this is something that you've kind of been wanting. So for Make a Match, a miniature 4x4 game of panel upon panels will appear over Lip's portrait and her damage percent. The cursor will then move onto that board, and Lip will not be able to move while you are doing this. So she's a sitting duck while you're trying to make this happen. Lip will have a set amount of time to move the panels on her board with the control stick to clear the blocks. The amount of blocks cleared and how well you use combos to do so. So if you just do, a group of three, that's not going to be as effective as a group of 4 and 4. Depending on how well you do all this, will directly translate into a general stat buff for Lip. So attack, speed, jump, all that would all be increased together. While using this extra skill, Lip cannot move around the stage, but if you press the extra skill input again, you can cancel out. And this will immediately end your game, you'll get whatever buff you would have gotten, and you'll be able to play as Lip again. Whether the game was fully played out or not, Lip will not be able to use this extra skill again for 30 seconds. So make the most out of it as you can. The buff would not only affect like her standard attacks, but it could also boost her special moves in different ways. Garbage Block could do more damage. Panel Pop could have larger explosions. It's all dependent on the move. The up special might carry her further away.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, my extra skill is furry.
So you
Lip
did know
summons.
about furry. All this time you lied to us.
Nah, he made it up right now.
Surprise. Not a surprise. Lip summons furry to the field to protect her. Furry intercepts incoming projectiles and lightly damages any opponents who venture too close before dispersing after several seconds. While Furry offers little offensive power on their own, they do provide Lip with a valuable defensive tool that allows her to safely establish puzzle panels and do other things. Also, you can KO it.
No.
Mean. Immediately
Yeah, no,
rejected
don't.
because of that.
Yeah, I hate that. Sorry.
That was the part I thought of on the fly.
It's the worst part. Take it back.
All
Do you have
right,
anything?
but what's your extra skill here?
My extra skill was already baked into the standard special in that regard. Like I was thinking about like having it be all kind of the main element of playing this character is like littering the stage with these blocks, matching them up, getting buffs out of it, and like having it be an interactable element that she spawns as part of her gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't kind of have like a separate skill in mind necessarily, or like a unique trait in that sense. So
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. It's time to take our multiple move sets, our multiple ideas, and scrunch them together with some things getting tossed out into the trash, like the garbage blocks that they are.
Yes.
nice.
So, where
Well said.
to begin? I think we have a few things we kind of all already have gravitated towards for the most part.
How
Standards.
many blocks are we allowing her to spawn at once?
I'm well at once one because you have to push the button multiple times. So
No, like
fuck you.
on stage multiple
I
times.
mean, I think part
78.
of it also comes into play is like how long they last. Because a couple seconds, if each one only lasts a couple seconds, then by the time you start getting more out there, they're going to be degrading and they're going to be
Yeah.
gone already. Like Steve, let me look up Steve's blocks here just to get a comparison of how long Steve's last, and it changes based on what
They stick
material they're made
quite
out
a
of.
while, don't they?
Depends on the material.
Hmm.
Let me see here if I can. They have that on here. I really fucking hope they do.
Lava chicken.
Not in my
Steve's
ear.
lava chicken is tasty as hell. Steve's lava
Could
chicken, now
you
you're ringing the
shut the fuck
bell.
up?
Steve's lava chicken, it's a tasty snack. Steve's lava chicken, it's a
Okay,
lava
so
snack.
I can't give an exact length because they have this determined in like HP values. But blocks lose 1.2 HP a second, and a dirt block, which is the weakest, lasts for has 8 HP. So it's under 8
It's there
seconds before
for
it's disappeared, and that's the quickest one. The longest one is iron, which has 20 HP.
Nice.
And I don't know how many times it will take to get that to.
I'm really fighting off my urge to like dissociate during the technical conversation of how many blocks should be placed.
Honestly, fair. It will take somewhere between 16 and 17 seconds for the iron ones to break apart.
Well, that's a long time.
That is actually a really long time.
I do
As
think
a,
kind of like towards the 8 second marker of like
I do think it
seems
has
like
to
a
be longer.
reasonable amount of time to spawn a number and like do some interesting combos and chains and setups with it. And
yeah,
beyond that, like you're
Yeah.
probably getting a little out of control.
yeah. I would say she can spawn as many as she can in that time frame, but she's got that bank of blocks that she has to
Sure.
manage. And if she runs out, well, she can't. She has to wait for them to come back. But something I would add to it is clicking the button spawns a block. Holding the
Mhm.
button down lets her charge up her blocks and recover them faster.
Okay.
That way she's got some more play and control over it.
Some counterplay, some control. Sure.
All right. That's gonna be fun to type up later. Kill me now. Oh boy. Next up, I think side special we Are we aligned on panel swap?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that feels good, and I feel like it's a fun and interesting gimmick, and it's honest to the source material. All fun
right.
things.
Agreed. We're gonna skip up special for now. Down
Yeah.
special. It's either garbage block or lips gun.
Well,
John?
I guess garbage block it is. I can always adapt Lip's gun to Lip's Echo Fighter.
Well, I mean,
Who
technically,
is?
Furrow.
Wendy.
Well,
Yes.
it'd be Furrow, probably. Although Furrow looks almost exactly like Lip, so that'd be weird.
Way back in the day, I had like the idea that Furl and Kane from the sequel game from Nintendo Puzzle Collection would be like a duo fighter.
Hmm.
Prior to Pyramithra existing, or like even really thinking about it as Zelda Sheik, I was an Ice Climbers main through and through, so I was like, oh, they would just be a tandem character like that. So, but maybe more like a Pyramithra would work now. Who knows?
That's really creative. I know at that age I was just thinking about Waluigi. I still do.
As do we all, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Can you give me your best
I'm reading
wah?
about Kane.
Yeah, of course. Wah.
No,
No.
Oh.
No. Visceral, no.
much better.
You know, Waluigi was on
God.
the show. I interviewed him.
I feel like I don't know why they made Furrow when she looks almost exactly like Lip. Just have it be Lip. Just have Lip be in 2 games.
I don't know. What about Yoshi? He's a great character
That's
from Penelope
different. Lip
Yeah, I never got
Yoshi.
to make my penguin joke about after we were talking about penguins and I was saying about how all good games have one, and then I was like, Tetris Attack has one. Bumpty and Dr. Freeze good.
Oh yeah.
I only see Bumpty. Where
Next
the fuck
duo
is Dr.
character.
Freeze good?
I think it's the other, like, all the Tetris Attack characters have a friend as well, and they're all featured. I think it's a snowman.
Yeah, I
Nice.
see a snowman in the art for Bumpty.
Like that's Dr. Freeze good.
Okay.
What a name. It's my nickname. Frolic.
I'm not making this up. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
that's
it's not that
actually
I
what it
not
is.
believe you. It's just that
You
the
look-
wiki
you have this
page
look of-
for Bumpty doesn't make mention of the snowman at all. Like it's in the art, but there's no like it's not mentioned. Whereas granted, this wiki is kind of bare bones. There ain't a lot there. But
You should make that one of your projects, Eebit.
I'll work on the wiki. Yeah,
in between
the Tetris
making
Attack panel
casual
Defon
mode
wiki.
Fire Emblems for me.
Dr. Freeze good.
All right. Up special. What do we think?
oh.
Yours looked like a carpet. And mine was like a thing spiral, and Eebit's was jumping around.
Triple jump.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to go for the canon material and do the triple jump, or do you want to? I like your magic carpet ride. I gotta be honest. I think what I like the most about it is the name.
Rainbow Ride
really brings it together. Yeah. I'd be fine with that. I don't even remember what mine was. What was it? Oh, fairy flight. The fairies are there and stuff and flying around. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Eebit like Zantoks. Let's go with Zantoks. I'm not particularly married to
I
him.
didn't hear him say that.
Yeah. I said I like the magic carpet ride.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you were just saying you like it, or if you were just like, yeah, let's go with this.
Yeah,
to go with that. Like, I'm not married to my own idea on this by any means.
That's good.
And
You're already
it
married,
sounds-
sir,
yeah. Zantok and I aren't married to anyone.
and we never will be. Final smash.
John's engagement ring is just sitting there waiting to propose to Zantok. At the end of the this season, the engagement ring episode comes out.
Oh no! Hold that for until after the wedding.
Final smash. We got 9 minutes, boys. Wrap it up.
Yours.
Yeah,
so
yours.
detailed.
Okay.
It was so detailed and incredible, and I very clearly remember all the details.
Yours is
Wait.
fun. Mine was like kind of a throwaway, and John's was, I think, possibly like too gameplay
It,
breaking. If we all agree with that.
Oh,
yeah,
wait
like
until you think about
if
the
length
penguin.
wasn't really an issue with Final Smashes, I love the idea for it, but
Hmm
that's it would either be too short to really be able to play the game, or too long, and other people would be like, "So when do I get to play the game again?"
Right. I don't know. I think I thought of like Snake's Final Smash, but if we're really trying from Brawl and like Wario
Yeah.
Man and stuff, but that was before the great culling you speak of.
And even then, other players still got to run around and fight while you were shooting them
What's
or farting on them.
what's Snake's current Final Smash?
It's basically the same thing.
He calls
It's
in
not
like
it's not
a
quite
message
it's not the
strike.
exact thing, but it works more or less the same. It's not a cinematic. You still like can shoot people down while everybody else is running around the stage.
Got it.
Hmm
Finally, the extra skill. What are we going with? I had make a match. Jono, I don't remember what yours
And
was.
furry.
Furry. That's right. That's right.
And furry
The defensive rabbit.
Hmm
that you can kill.
Yeah, or not.
KO. Sorry, KO.
My own kind of disestablishment against myself is that furry could easily be an assist trophy.
Sure.
Maybe you want to go that route.
I guess. Do you guys feel that like with the swapping and with the like the metagame around the block placement, the spawning of the panels, if you will,
Yeah, I think
does
I will.
she need a special, like an extra skill, or do you guys like having one for characters?
Oh,
Is that
every
just kind of
Yeah,
character has an extra skill. It's
okay? Then
not now.
I
Let
do
me
like
clarify. Extra skills sometimes are just like a very simple technique. Like I made for Dixie Kong years ago. She just tosses uh, a banana behind her. No, that's not. I'm sorry.
oh,
I'm getting that mixed
oh,
up. She eats a banana and heals a small amount, and that's it. That's all it is. Some characters it's like just like a very small thing. Some characters it's like it's actual technique. For some, it's a whole ass mechanic, and then for others, like Cloud Strife, we move their Final Smash meter mechanic from the down special to the extra skill. A lot of characters that have a meter, we have it be on the extra skill because that way they can have like a dedicated downwards technique for their down special.
see.
Now,
uh,
I do
yeah. To
acknowledge
sure.
make a match is gimmicky, and
Yeah,
I ain't set on it, but it was a fun idea that
yeah,
I wanted to talk about.
right.
Yeah.
Well, to Eebit's point, I think he was kind of expressing a lean or some other opinion. What were you going to say earlier?
No, I was just thinking like to me, if I think about like the amount of stage dominance or stage control that like you're already introducing by having like a Minecraft Steve-esque element to it, like maybe it doesn't need more than that. Like you've got
Okay.
your bank of panels, you've got your creation of panels that litter the stage. Like
Yeah.
banking is possibly like already the extra skill in some regards, like being able to stockpile bigger blocks or garbage
Mhm.
blocks or the works like that.
Yeah, that's true. On one hand, it would be funny to break the game harder than Steve. Kind of hard to accomplish. On the other hand, very simple answer. I guess we can campaign for the bunny.
We can all campaign for the bunny, but
We can campaign for the bunny.
the bunny must be invincible.
Veto the yeah.
I
I
mean,
agree. It's not
game
strong enough.
mechanic wise, if the bunny can absorb attacks, bunny's got to have a health point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the threshold. But bunny
But
doesn't
we don't want
die.
to kill.
Bunny just gets scared and hops away.
Okay.
This is very we're fighting for our E for everyone rating.
We're fighting for bunnies to live.
Oh, that's why we didn't go with my down special, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. This
yeah.
this Smash Brothers, like all the violence and other things aside, like and
They
the
did
fact that
kill
we
Mario
created
many times.
two
Mhm.
different gun elements as your showcase for today.
All right, we got we got the move set. it's set it up in there. We got our standard special panel pop, side special panel swap, out special rainbow ride, down special garbage block, final smash penalty pawn, extra skill furry. We have 3 last things to go over before we can wrap this all up. First of all,
Yeah.
any special abilities or unique traits, such as being able to crawl, being able to wall jump, extra jumps in the air, any special things like that. Did anybody write anything down? I did not.
I did not.
She can float on the way down by holding up the tilt on her second jump with the power of magic.
Nice. All right.
Think about it.
Sure.
I don't
There
have
is like a long, like, kind of hammer, or what is it? What's the animation term for this? Like, she does float and hover, like, when she's jumping off of the rainbow to each world. Like,
Okay.
so I do kind of like the float element to that.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
I definitely knew that. That's why I said it.
I'll look up a clip for that so I can see it.
Mhm.
Next up, alternate colors.
Yeah.
I wrote down just all the other fairies from the original Panel
All
de
the other
Pon.
fairies.
I would have to
Yeah.
check color palettes to make sure that they're all unique from each other. And if they aren't, then I'll just steal from the game that has Furl in it, and like, okay, can this work? Or I'll give like a really bright green for
They're all the
Yoshi.
same.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Then it'll be Yoshi as the Yoshi's Tetris Stack characters as the backup in case if there's
That's
if there's palette issues.
That's funny
There's-
because I wrote all down. I wrote Wendy, Tiana, Elias, Ruby, Phoenix, Saren, Flare, Cordelia, and Yoshi.
Yoshi.
So
A
you
green and red.
don't have all the pairs. You have some of the pairs mixed with some of the bosses.
Hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Green, red, and white. Yoshi, as the British say.
Last thing
Yoshi,
to
Yoshi.
settle here, and the home stage. Now we don't have to come up with the full details.
Yeah.
Base concept, perhaps, but otherwise, just what it is. I wrote down. At first I considered just having the battle take place in front of 2 characters playing Panel de Pon, like blocks could fall down down onto the stage. But what I wrote down was Popples, because that's the name of the world. And I actually realized when I was reading about, like, okay, they travel for, like, I saw artwork of, like, oh, they're all floating islands, and rainbows connect them. This could actually be a horizontal scrolling stage.
Yeah.
Okay, floats or Rainbow Ride.
Lippy floats. Yeah. Sweet.
So that's
I should
my
have just said Rainbow
concept.
Ride.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, I like that. Mine, I just made mention. It's like a castle courtyard garden, and every 20 to 30 seconds, a giant stack of puzzle panels begins rising from beneath the stage, and they're less hazards and more just like additional terrain that temporarily is there and then disappears. It's kind of like elevating and fluctuating a little bit. But the feature too is that you see an old man in a robe, like watering the flowers in the garden. And if you input a certain like taunt selection on the D-pad, he will speak to you, and he has a full quote that says, so many flowers, my lord, each wanting to grow the tallest, bloom the brightest, and one by one, sooner or later, they all get plucked. I don't want to be the tallest or the brightest. I only want to remain in the garden until my time comes to return to the dirt.
Stop with the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the King's Landing fishing hole.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you for
started
the
saying, I was
narrative
like,
prose.
this sounds like Game of Thrones. I'm gonna look at this up. It's like, you son of a bitch. Why? Why
I also
high
was about to
sell of
start
all
typing
characters?
The best character, and to refer to him sometime.
Oh, God, no. Anyways, Eebit, please get us to the end of the show. Do you have any stages or comments?
She's
Well-
going to Flowerland. So Lip, each of the fairies in the original game has their own kind of world that is derived based on their theme. So Lips is, of course, the fairy. She's the fairy of flowers. So she's got her own kind of sunset and like pinks and oranges kind of color palette her land, and I think that believe that there's like a fairy fountain of sorts, like it's a blossom with like that kind of resembles vaguely a crown.
Oh, like
Um,
my down special.
just like your down special. Actually, yeah, Lip's gun is the stage idea that I have here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Anyway,
The fairy world.
the fairy
Nice.
world, the flower land.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So that's it. We're done.
Show's over.
Show
Well, I
is
do
over.
have one final question.
Is it serious? Because we're already at 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The last thing that I need to know before this moveset's really done is how many blocks can we summon at a time with the
And
standard.
that's it. Eebit, thank you for coming on for your second Smashtopia. I could have sworn we had you on more, but we had just for other types of episodes. That's gonna. I'm sorry that you had to deal with everything that happened here tonight. But
Who are you apologizing to? Me or the audience?
Himself.
myself. Yeah, honestly, myself. Myself. God.
It's okay. my
Pleasure as
lord.
always, my friends. Great pleasure to be on the show, and I'll hold my objections for a future episode.
All right.
I was pleased to have you here. Thank you for always pleasuring us.
Dude. Goodbye.
Couldn't be a better way to end it, in my opinion. Goodbye and good night.
Oh my gosh.